Hey children, before we start today's lesson, let me tell you a story based on a research. So there was this woman who conducted a research and she invited two groups, one group of children and the other group was of parents. And she first called in the group of parents and she gave them a one drawing paper to each of them and she asked them to draw something. She gave them crayons and she instructed them that see, after you there is another group going to come, so just save some of the crayons for them as well. So this group, they finished their drawing and they went out, and then the other group of children was called in, that they were given the colors, and then they finished their work. Again both the groups were called in, and then the parents were asked to show their pictures to their children. So the parents, they picked up their drawings and they showed it to them, their children, and they were happy to see the pictures. And then the researcher, she said to the children, she said that show your pictures to your parents now. And the parents saw the pictures and they were really sad. They felt sad because all those they had black and white color in it. And when later on when they were asked that what happened, and the parents felt really bad, and one of the mother, she said that yes, we were instructed before that there is another group coming in and we should have broken those crayons into two pieces and we should have kept one piece, we should have saved one piece for the children, one piece from each color for the children, but we did not do that and we used all the good ones, and then later on when the children came in, then they had only the black and white or gray or brown left for them. So why I remembered this story is because today's title, coal and petroleum, we are going to talk about the natural resources and why should we use them wisely. So this is the reason that if we use them in an unwise manner, if we don't think before we use them, then surely our children or the next generation is going to lose all of this, right? Nowadays we are moving in vehicles, we are moving in car and bus, and we are using all the other kind of transportation because we have petroleum and petroleum products with us. But later on, if we use everything, then they may have to go on, may have to use bicycles, or they may have to go on foot everywhere. So we need to think about it. Now let's move to this chapter, coal and petroleum. And you know there are two types of resources, natural resources. One is inexhaustible and the other is exhaustible. We also call them renewable and non-renewable resources. Now say renewable resources are the resources which are renewed every single day. For example, air, water, sunlight. Okay. These are the renewable resources and we call them inexhaustible because they never finish. But there are exhaustible natural resources, for example, forests, wildlife, minerals, coal, petroleum, natural gas. And these resources we have to use very wisely because they will get over one day if we don't use them wisely. Now, what happens here? We have to make two parts, make a list of various materials used by us in daily life and classify them into natural and man-made. This you can do on your own. Now let's see here the fossil fuel. What are fossil fuel? So here in this chapter we will learn about some exhaustible natural resources, and these were formed from the dead remains of living organism. Okay, the dead remains of living organisms are called fossils, and that is why, because they are made from the dead remains of living organisms, they are known as fossils. Now let's see here, there is a picture of coal given to you, and coal is one of the fuels used to cook food earlier, and it was also used in railway engines. You know, you must have seen the picture of a steam engine somewhere? So in the time of Britishers, when they started railway in India, they were using uh, coal for the steam engines. Now, story of coal. So how coal came into, how coal is produced, or how coal is formed inside the Earth's crust. So about 300 million years ago, the Earth had dense forests in low-lying wetland areas due to natural processes like flooding. These forests got buried under the soil, and as more soil deposited over them, they were compressed. The temperature also rose, and as they sank deeper and deeper, and under high pressure and high temperature, dead plants got slowly converted to coal. So see, this is about the forest, and it takes millions of years to form. Okay. Now, as coal contains mainly carbon, the slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. You can be asked the question, what is carbonization? Then you have to write this. How coal is formed? Then also this is the answer. Since it was formed from the remains of vegetation, coal is also called fossil fuel. Okay, and there is a coal mine shown to you in 3.2. We'll see. See, this is a coal mine. You must have seen this in old Bollywood movies. That they were showing this in many of the movies that the actor, main lead actor, he works in the coal mine, and they have this typical kind of uniform, and they have this hat with the torchlight on the forehead. So this is a coal mine. When heated in air, coal burns and produces mainly carbon dioxide gas, and coal is processed in industry to get some useful products such as coke, coal tar, and coal gas. You also, if you have also seen the goods trains, sometimes they carry this oil and even coal. So this is also, it's like stone only, but it's black stone. Okay, so, and it is very hard, so you have to take a hammer and break it. Now let's see coke. It is tough, porous and black substance, and it is almost pure form of carbon. And coke is used in manufacture of steel and in extraction of many metals. Now let's see coal tar. So coal tar is a black thick liquid which is with unpleasant smell, and it is a mixture of about 200 substances. Products obtained from coal tar are used as starting materials of manufacturing various substances. So see, these coal tar is used for making so many things like synthetic dyes, drugs, explosives, perfumes, plastics, paints, photographic materials, roofing material, etc. And interestingly, naphthalene balls are used to repel moths, and other insects are also obtained from coal tar. You must have seen those naphtha balls which comes white in color, and we put them in our clothes, in our wardrobes, so that those small insects won't come. And even in our sink and bathrooms, we keep this naphtha balls. These days, bitumen, a petroleum product, is used in place of coal tar for metaling the roads. This is also important information. Please remember this. Coal gas is obtained during the process of coal to get coke. Now see, coal gas was used for street lighting for the first time in London in 1810 and in New York around 1820. And nowadays it is used as a source of heat rather than light. Now let's see this. Coal gas is also used as fuel in many industries situated near the coal processing plants. Now let's see how petroleum is formed. So, you know that petrol is used as fuel in light automobile and motorcycles. Heavy motor vehicles like trucks and tractors run on diesel. So this petrol and diesel both are obtained from natural resource called petroleum and Petra means rock and oleum means oil. So petroleum, it is mined between from the rocks under the earth. Okay, see here it is shown. This is the earth's crust. This is a reservoir rock. So there is water here, oil here, petroleum, and then there is gas here, and there is another rock of another layer of rock. So we need to drill inside the earth's crust. Okay, they put a mortar and drilling machine drill here, and then they get this petroleum from here. Now, how this is formed? So petroleum was formed from organisms living in the sea. So when they die, their dead bodies settle at the bottom of the sea and got covered with layers of sand and clay. And over millions of years, absence of air and high temperature and high pressure transform the dead organisms into petroleum and natural gas. Okay. So see, this is similar to coal formation, but this is in coal there were vegetation, okay, forests buried. Here the organisms in the sea, they die and they are buried. Okay, this dead bodies, they go and there are layers of sand and clay keep on settling on them. So after millions of years, petroleum is formed. So see, you see that the layer containing petroleum, oil and gas is above that of water. Why is it so? So this is a very important question, that there is water here, oil here and gas here. So this is based on the density. You know that water is heavier, it will settle down, oil is lighter, so it will float over that, and gas is even it will be over the oil. Petroleum is dark, oily liquid and it has unpleasant odor, and it is a mixture of various constituents such as petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, etc. And the process of separating the various constituents, fractions from petroleum is known as refining. So by refining, petroleum products are obtained from petroleum, and these are the products which we obtain from petroleum. So first is LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, petrol, kerosene, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax and bitumen. And then these are the uses of these petroleum products. LPG we use in home and industry, petrol is used in vehicles, and even it is a solvent for dry cleaning. Then here kerosene, it is used in stoves and lamps and for jet crafts. Diesel is also used for heavy motor vehicles. Lubricating oil is used for lubrication in machines. Paraffin wax used in ointment, candles, Vaseline. You know, petroleum jelly we used to apply on our lips, and even some of the moisturizers, this paraffin wax is used. Bitumen, paints and road surfaces it is used. Another important information, many useful substances are obtained from petroleum and natural gas, and they are termed as petrochemicals, and these are used in manufacture of detergent, fibers, polythene and other man-made plastics. Hydrogen gas is obtained from natural gas. It is used in production of fertilizers. Urea, due to its great commercial importance, petroleum is also called black gold. Now let's say natural gas. So natural gas is a very important fossil fuel, and it is stored at under high pressure, and that is the reason it is known as compressed natural gas. And CNG is used for power generation. It is now being used as a fuel in transport vehicles because it is less polluting and cleaner fuel. So many vehicles nowadays, especially in those big buses, city transport buses, and even in cars nowadays, CNG is used. Advantage of CNG is that it can be used directly for burning in homes. It could be supplied through pipes. Okay, there are such a pipeline exists in Vadodara in Gujarat and some parts of Delhi. Even in Ahmedabad nowadays we have this pipes. Natural gas is also used as the starting material for manufacture of a number of chemical and fertilizers, and India has vast variety of natural gas, vast reserve of natural gas. In our country, it is found in Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and in Krishna Godavari Delta. So see, can this things, coal, petroleum, natural gas can be prepared in laboratory from dead animals? So no, this can't be, because it's a very slow process, and the conditions for their formation cannot be created in laboratory. So, and it takes millions of years to form, so it is not possible. Now let's see, some natural resources are limited. So you know that I told you already, okay, these are the limited resources, you have to use them very wisely. Okay, in India, the Petroleum Conservation Research Association advises people how to save petrol, diesel while driving. So these are the tips for saving petrol and diesel while driving, and I think that's it. That's the end of the lesson. I'll be putting the question answers in the link, and so you can go through that. If you have liked this, please share and subscribe. Thank you.